Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture series of Python for Data Science. I am your instructor, Ms. Alparupala. So today we are going to explore more on the visualization of data. So today's our topic is box plot. So how we can represent a box plot, but first of all let us learn just some of the fundamental about the box plot. So the box plot is the visual representation of the group of numerical data through their quartiles. So ultimately we are having a list of data, a numerical data, and then after we are ascending our data into a ascending order. So we are sorting our data into the ascending order. And then after we are applying the quartiles. Now what are the quartiles? So first of all, this box plot is also called as a whiskers graph. Now it is used to detect the outliers in your data set. But particularly what is the outlier that we will learn. But first of all, your box plot is summarizing a sample data using 25th, 50th and 75th percentile. So basically this box plot is containing the 5 fundamental things: minimum value, first quartile or 25th percent, median or second quartile or 50th percent, then after third quartile or 75th percent, and maximum value. So let us just see this diagram. So in this diagram we can see that this is our what minimum value, this is our maximum value, and this is called as outliers. Now available data is firstly sorted in ascending order, then after we are finding the first 25th percentile value, and that will be represented as the Q1. Then after we are calculating the 75th percentile value, and that will be represented as the Q3, and the median value that will be represented as a, that is a 50th value, that will be represented as a median, and this is the representation of your median. Now this IQR range, that is interquartile range, will be calculated using the formula that is Q3 minus Q1. So now the minimum value will be calculated according to the Q1 minus 1.5 multiplied by IQR value, and the maximum will be founded as Q3 plus 1.5 multiplied by IQR value. Suppose if we are using the sequence from 1 to 100, okay, we are using the sequence from 1 to 100, at that time the 25th value will be what, your 25th percentile, 15th value will be your median, and 75th value will be what, your 75th percentile. Now ultimately your minimum value, suppose we are getting, what will be the minimum value from 1 to 100, that will be 1. But suppose by this formula of minimum, if we are getting the value 7 as a minimum value, so then your value 1 to 6 will be counted as a outliers. Same as if we are getting, what is the maximum value, 100. Suppose we are getting by the formula of maximum, the maximum value is equals to 92. So from 93 to 100 will be counted as a outliers. So this is the box plot representation. Now in here, this vertical line will be called as a cap. This horizontal line will be called as a whisker. This particular pink color box will be called as a box itself. Okay, this value will be called as a median. This marker points will be called as a flyers. So ultimately this all are the names or conception for your box plot in your Python. So let us just look at this all fundamental using the programming in Python. Okay, so here we are in our programming, in which first of all we are using the importing numpy as np, then after we are importing the pandas, and then after we are importing the matplotlib.pyplot as pld. So now first we are creating our box plot using the npy random number generation. So in here we had used the np.random.seed. Now we are using this np.random.normal method with the location 100, scale value 20 and total 200 values we have fetched. So according to this, total 200 random values will be generated using this data. So if you want to see for this data, so we can print this data, that what will be the value for this. First of all, we need to import this all libraries. So it can take some time because it is importing this all the libraries. Now we are just running code to check for this output, that what is the np.random.normal value with the location 100, scale 20 and 200 as a value. So this all are the 200 values which are returned as an output. Okay, now by using this all values we are creating our box plot. So we have used the box plot method from your prt.boxplot of your data, whatever data we had written using this normal method that we are using over here. So this is the box plot representation of our data which we have created using the normal method, random.normal method. So this is the representation of your output. Now we can also use the vertical diagram using this attribute, that is vert is equals to 1, that is vertical is equals to 1, so ultimately it is vertical. Suppose if we are using 0, so this is the horizontal. So our data will be represented according to the horizontal value. So this is vert. For vertical it will be 1, for horizontal it will be 0. Now we can also represent our box plot data in which this box is having a different representation and with the filled color. So this notch is equals to true. First of all, we are taking this, we are removing this right now. Okay, so this notch is equals to true. Let us just see the difference. So look, by this median, this will be created like this kind of format. Now we are adding some another thing, that is patch underscore artist attribute, and we are assigning the values equals to true. Now it will provide the filled notch. So this box is filled with the default blue color. So this is the another two attribute of your box plot. Now we can also change our different attributes of our box plot. Likewise, we can change our whiskers, which can change our flyers, median, cap, boxes, etc. So we are representing one by one all this fundamental. So first of all, we are taking our exactly the same box plot value, okay, in the BP variable. Now in here we are using the, from the BP variable we are using the whiskers method. Now this whiskers means what? This particular line will be called as whisker. Okay, this is what whiskers. So we are changing our whisker color as a green, and line width is equals to 1.5 and line style is equals to double dot. So it is the output, your flyers, your whiskers with the green color. Now your flyers can also be changed. So this is what your flyers. Now we are changing our flyers. We are making the flyer value as capital D, color is equals to blue, and alpha value is equals to 0.5. So this is the output. Our flyer will be changed with the diamond shape. Okay, now color we cannot apply because ultimately it will be a very thin line. Okay, and this alpha attribute is the 0.5 value contained in it. Now this is the median. So this is what your median. Now we are changing our median also. We are changing our median with the color, and we are setting the color is equals to red and line width is equals to 3. So let us just run this code. So our median line width is changed, okay, and color is also changed. Now this is the caps which we are using over here. So this cap we can also change. So we are setting the caps color using color by yellow, and line width is equals to 2. So this is again changed your cap. Now we can also change this box. So we are setting our box color using the method that is set underscore face color, and we are changing it by the pink color. So this is the output. So one by one we can also change our different data or different attributes of our box plot. Now next one is we can plot multiple values. Okay, now we can also use the data frame to draw our box plot. So for that we are using this np.random.arrand method with the 2 value. That means there will be the, okay, first of all let me just comment this one. Okay, np.random.arrand method with the 2 value. That means 2 rows, 2 column. Total 4 value will be represented. Suppose if I am using this 3 2, that means 3 rows and 2 columns will be given as an output. Let us just run this code. So in here we can see that there are 3 rows and 2 columns value returned. So by same way, and this is also returning us what? The value between 0.4 times 0 to 1.0. So now we are using this, creating us a data frame in which np.random.rand with the 10 rows and 5 columns value, and we are giving the names of each of our column or header of our each of column with the A, B, C, D and E. Okay, so first column will have the header name A, second will be B, C, D and E. Now we are creating what? Our data frame. So for that we are using the pd.dataframe method, which is returning us a data frame. Now we are only taking the column A value and we are representing this column A value with the box plot of it. So let us just run this code. So this is the box plot of your column A value. Same as we can also take the column B value and create the box plot. Okay, so this is the B value and box plot. Now we can also read our CSV file. Suppose I am having this data in my CSV file. I am having a huge data, but I am only showing the 5 rows of it. So in tips.csv file we are having bills, tips, gender, smoker, day, time and size, and these all are the values to each. Now we are using our box plot, df.boxplot. What we are using? So we are just reading our content to the df variable. Now we are using this df.boxplot by gender. Now we are generating by gender value. So by gender we are segregating our data by the gender. Now columns is equals to tips. For which column we want to plot our data? So it is for the tips column, and we are representing our grading with the grid is equals to true. So this is the output for our data, in which our data is segregated by the gender, which is having only 2 values, that is female and male, and the data is representing the box plot according to it. Now we can also check for this using this. So this is the np.random.normal. Okay, this. Now we can look that multiple box plot we can represent on a single one by using this particular method, in which np.random.normal we are creating 200 data 1 point, 200 data 2 point, 200 data 3 point and 200 data 4 points. Now we are adding all of them to the single data variable. So this is the data of data 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, and we are using the seed, so normal value will be same. And now we are using the box plot method for the data, and we are representing our box plot. So this is the output. So this was all about the box plot. Thank you.